What is up, you beautiful farmers? It's your boy Karol, and if you don't know me, I'm a sheep farmer and sheep shearer from Sligo in the northwest of Ireland. But I am not in the northwest of Ireland at the moment. I am as far as you could possibly be away from the northwest of Ireland without leaving the planet. Most of my current subscribers will already know this, but for those of you who don't, I'm currently over in New Zealand shearing sheep for a 3-month stint. So I'm down in Wanganui on the North Island of New Zealand. We're down here because we're shearing a huge farm, absolutely humongous. They have almost 11,000 ewes that they're running. And it's just, the scale is absolutely crazy. It's bigger than anything I have seen at home myself. I'll be narrating it as we're going. We've got some great shots of sheep, and you'll just see stuff and you'll see numbers of sheep that you just don't see in our part of the world. Let's roll. With the contractor I work for in New Zealand, we typically do 12-hour days that consist of 9 hours of shearing and 3 hours of breaks. These go from 5 AM until 5 PM. Once the clock strikes 5, there's no holding back. We're straight into it. "5 AM is a very early time to start in the morning, and not everyone is super thrilled about it. We were down in Wanganui shearing for Alan Goss. Alan's son Simon, currently shearing in the video, also shears for the same shearing contractor as I do, Jeff Dorset. So he was down helping us shear the sheep. The team was in for a busy few days because we weren't down in Wanganui solely just to shear the sheep. This video was shot in December, which means that Simon was less than a month away from a world record attempt, which he was doing along with another member of the team, Jamie Skiffington. The world record that the boys were trying to beat was the 2-stand 8-hour strong wool lamb record, which at the time was 1,406 lambs between 2 shears. It was set by 2 other New Zealanders, Justin Bell and Sean Edmonds, and at the time of recording, it had remained unbroken for 20 years. You see, it wasn't a matter of just shearing the sheep while we were down here. The Goss's farm was to be the venue for the record in less than a month, and the record lambs were being picked from the Goss's sheep. The sheep had to be run in one bunch at a time, and from each bunch, any lambs that would be suitable for the record had to be picked off. The lambs for the record were called the tally mob. This had to be a nice even bunch of ewe lambs that were both very good for shearing, but also having the minimum wool weight of 0.9 kg per lamb. The record lambs were then put up across the road onto a good field of grass, or some good tucker as they say over in New Zealand, to keep them thriving until record day. The rest of the lambs were then weaned and shorn. As you can imagine with freshly weaned lambs, they're an absolute handful. It's nigh on impossible to do anything with them. At one stage we let this big bunch of freshly shorn lambs up the yard. They were meant to go out the gate, down the road and into a fresh paddock. But someone had left the gate to the other side of the yard open, and they all piled down into it. Look at them, going round the yard, swarming around like a school of fish. Eventually, after a couple of circles around the yard, they headed off out in the right direction, and we got them down to a paddock. They're in lovely fresh grass, but they're not a bit content. Listen to the bleats of them. I suppose it's hard to blame them. They've been separated from their mums for the first time. That said, it's going to take a damn good fence to keep them in for the night. So it's day 2, afternoon down in the Goss's farm, and one thing's for sure, we are not going to run out of sheep anytime soon. Here comes top presser and cameraman. Get the lamb, get the lamb. Get the lamb, be famous on YouTube. Go on, you boy. Go on, you boy. Woohoo! Oh. What an animal. New Zealand's finest. Quiet! Good job, Timo. Quiet! Quiet! Oh boy, Sulk. This is Karol Shearer. This is Reese Shearer. Get a bit. Hey. Too much, Bob. Main. Stuck in a New Zealand traffic jam. Probably not going anywhere anytime soon. So the boys just had a bit of a sprint there, and now the wool truck has landed and it's been loaded up. Probably be 2 layers, that's it at least. Well, definitely, there's rails there for 2. I have now retired because the peeler Lakeland's on the job. Trying for the camera. So work is over. Another 9-hour day in the books, and I've gone up with the farmer Alan, and we are now getting rid of these shorn sheep. So the dogs are working, and we're up on the hill where your boy is most comfortable. I'll show you these sheep. Shh! Hey! Hey! It's an interesting farm because it's actually quite similar to us in a way, like the sort of hilly country. Yeah, so it's cool. Definitely nice. Good talking to Alan and Simon about how they farm, and not that different from us. There's a woolly one in it. So that's me. Day's work done. 7 o'clock in the evening now, and we're getting up again at 4 and starting shearing at 5. So I better get some dinner and go to bed. Yeah, look, it's good. We're shearing sheep, we're making money, and we're getting some experiences too. That was really interesting. Doing that bit of mustering, they call it, and seeing how a farm operates in New Zealand. Like a farm with 11,000 sheep. It's unbelievable. It's an unbelievable number of sheep. I can't even imagine it. 11,000 sheep. I would love to share more of it and do really good videos. Like I would love to, but I nearly want to come over here and not work, or only work 3 days a week or something, you know, in order to fully do that. But we're working from 5 until 5 every day, And then in the evening time, you've got to eat, you have to grind, wash your gear, wash your clothes, and then like, you might have an hour. I'll be checking like customer care for the merch and stuff, and then it's time for bed because you've got to go to bed at like 8:30 because you're up at 4 again. Great experience. I'm enjoying myself anyway. Until the next one, guys, catch you soon.